Twin Flames. Hiya! Here with another reading today. I hope this reading finds you all doing peacefully well. Although with the energy I'm feeling, I'm sure that is very well otherwise. You're doing great. You're all doing great. Give yourself props. This is not easy. This is Wild Twins 1111. I'm a new twin flame reader. Reading strictly for entertainment. At the same time, hoping this is helpful to the collective in just processing the emotions and feelings that we all go through here. I want to say thank you to all those who have subscribed to this channel. And if these readings resonate, please subscribe so that you can tune in again. I'm going to be using 4 decks today. Doing 13 draws. Reading for both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine collective. We will be using the Crystal Tarot, which is this one right here. And that is by Philip Permit. And then I got 2 new decks this weekend. This is Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. And these are Oracle cards, I believe, by Colette Baron Reed. They are Oracle cards. Alright, and then the other new deck I have is called Earth Magic. And that is by Stephen Farmer. It's these ones right here. And these are Oracle cards as well. During this twin flame process, take note, it is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. And I am sending prayers and condolences and heartache to all those in Las Vegas right now who are dealing with major tragedy and crisis. Twin Flames, we are here to conquer the ways of this world and to be light workers. A majority of us. Alright, I'm going to get this reading started here. Apologize for a creaky desk chair. But the word sporadic for the energies right now. One of the biggest things I have learned here through this twin flame journey is that emotions are to be observed like weather, knowing that they change. Alright, first I'm going to be reading the Divine Masculine energy currently. Alright, and outcome cards I'm going to stick over here. Also learning that outcomes cannot be controlled as far as if you're going to enjoy life. There is an intelligence of going with the flow. And there is a lot of polarity in that flow on this earth currently. So trusting yourself through these emotions is absolutely vital. And the last deck I'm using is the Animal Tarot, which I've used before here on this channel. Being intentional on this journey is absolutely important right now. Owning your choices, twin flames. And not beating yourself up, just simply learning in the process. Keeping it simple. Keeping it simple. Because believe it or not, we're supposed to have fun too. Alright, I am grabbing a book real quick. Apologize about that. Grabbing this Animal Totem Tarot, which, funny, there is a squirrel on the front. I have a squirrel over here on a big nut. And I have a story that I got to share with a new twin flame friend here in Minnesota. This weekend when I was driving, I was about to be driving over some roadkill red squirrel. The color was very brilliant on the squirrel, except all of a sudden this bald eagle swoops down in front of my car to grab this roadkill, and it failed attempting to pick it up. It was so annihilated, the squirrel, that it just fell to pieces. The eagle couldn't even pick it up, and it swooped up with like a momentum of trying not to let my car hit it. It was really intense. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I shared this with a twin flame friend, a new friend. And I was trying to relate with her that I didn't understand what roadkill resembled. And she knew, and she said it so confidently. She said, "It's us! We're the roadkill!" And then I got my message. And it was from God. And it was just be held. Divine feminine, divine masculine, just be held by the divine. Alright, we're going to start out with the divine masculine energy. And the first card we have is the Diamond Dreamer. Material wealth, true prosperity. This is the number 6 card. He wants to develop prosperity in an offering of love to his divine counterpart. Tsunami, wake up call, divine masculine. getting the word tide. Oh, he is in love right now. The Lovers card. There's a 5D message here. Are you questioning my love for you? This love is true. And then I'm laughing because of the Looney Tune. I just thought Pepe Le Pew, 7 of Wands. I'm going to read this card here. And also the Tsunami card. And my stuff just got hit. Alright. Seven of Wands, Skunk. I am not really much of a fighter. Truly, I prefer to be left to my own devices and treat the world around me with as much respect and honor as possible. But sometimes I have to stand up for myself, and I am not afraid to do so. It is, however, the very last resort, as I do give a preemptive warning of what is to come if things don't calm down. Skunks get a bad rap in many respects. They are just as cute and cuddly as any dog or cat, yet because they come armed and fully loaded, people presume the worst of them. It is true you don't want to be on the wrong end of an angry skunk, but the truth is, it does take a lot to get them to the point of firing at will. If you were backed into a corner, you would be looking to see what you could use to defend yourself as well. The Seven of Wands asks, if you are ready to stand up and defend all that you have created, not that it is necessarily under attack physically, but it may be under attack from your own limiting beliefs. Think of this card as the doubt before the breakthrough. You saw some success in the Six of Wands, and now you're wondering what's next. Divine Feminines. We need to counter doubt for our masculine. Tsunami. Let's read this one. One of the scariest and more destructive of natural phenomena, along with volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes. A tsunami occurs when a large volume of water is suddenly and rapidly displaced. It's triggered by an undersea disturbance, typically an earthquake or a volcanic eruption, that causes a series of powerful waves to travel across the ocean at speeds up to 500 miles per hour. Yet on the open ocean, the height of these waves seems so small, and that they generally pass unnoticed. As these waves, collectively called a tsunami, get closer to the shoreline, their height increases enormously. Even as their speed slows to 50 miles per hour, the distance between the waves or the trough can be considerable, taking 20 to 30 minutes from wave to wave. If the trough hits the land first, the water recedes rapidly and dramatically, followed within minutes by an enormous wave that initially comes as a surge. This receding is a clear sign of an impending tsunami. We can't outrun the wave that follows, but we can avoid being swept up in the destruction by moving to higher ground. You are getting a wake-up call. It may be in the form of significant loss or other dramatic event in your life, typically one that you were not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring. Yet you also know that it is time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You are experiencing a real-life drama, so there is no need to amplify it more than it already is. Take it easy. Divine Masculine. That is the vibe as feminine to send him. And to get to higher ground. And we do that by allowing ourselves to be held by the divine. All right, Divine Feminine, what's up? Is that a meerkat? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Paired up with Four of Cups. Island, solitude. Feel that, huh? Sisters of the season, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. So the number 17 adding up to 8. The energy of the Divine Feminine is really needing to align ourselves with other Divine Feminines, or the collective in the 5D. Just sending encouragement and inspiration. There's so much beauty there. I mean, that conversation I had recently was amazing. In our solitude, Divine Feminine, in this energy, counter doubt. Send faith. Send hope. And I'm going to read the Four of Pentacles. 4 is restrictions, forgiveness. And then that Knight is plans taking shape in the physical. It may represent immaturity or an immature person. So being restricted in emotions in the physical. Some of the things you want in life you have, but there is more. Perhaps you have doubts, but when you search inside, you will find true love and peace. The inside is the middle of your heart chakra. Meditation is the route, and your personal meditations are stepping stones on your path. Moving on. How the Divine Masculine sees his feminine. Wow. The Ice Queen. Ideas preserved. Non-action. Entitlement. This is a cycle ending. Oh, I see a white owl. I had a white owl in a dream recently. And it was in the clouds. The shape was in the clouds. Ocean, ebb and flow, beautiful card. It's gorgeous. So Divine Feminine just gets to feel right now and not contribute to the doubt. King of Cups. This is a creative force for change in emotions. And the Queen of Cups. Wow. Divine Masculine, seeing the twin flame union as the King and Queen of Cups. Divine Feminine is not facing masculine right now. She's like, I got all this emotion to deal with and wanting to feel... He thinks she wants to feel entitled to him to calm her emotions. At the same time, they're both going through this ebb and flow. I'm going to read this, the Ice Queen. Another message that it's important to Twin Flames to be resourceful. Possibly reading between the lines. The Ice Queen has come to block your movement for your highest good. Let your ideas be preserved until later. You can thaw them out and use them at another time when they will best serve. The realm of the Ice Queen is the place of non-action, and now is a perfect time to take a look at how far you've come and ask yourself for a reclarification of your highest goals. Goals! Alright. Let's move on. How the feminine sees her masculine. The Desert Prince. Survival. False promises. Definitely reading this card here. Winter solstice. Reflection. So there is just some, it's autumn just started and both are looking at the twin flame counterpart with a coldness and a stillness. The High Priestess. And that is a Herkimer diamond. Some of my bracelet right here. Those are Herkimer. Ten of Wands. We got a snail. So Divine Feminine is looking at him like he's slow. She knows he is carrying a great deal of spiritual burden. She knows her role is to support him in intuitivity. She sees him as reflecting, needing a pause, and then I'm going to read this card here, like I said. 19. 9 plus 1, 10. Completing. Divine Masculine completing. When you stumble upon the Desert Prince, you receive a gift. The plant life that exists in the desert environment is well defended. tough and succulent, even though it gets little or no water. In spite of external conditions, extraordinary life can form and thrive. Be tough, have courage, and dare to dream no matter what the circumstances. It may seem to be a hard time. Cha! But you will survive. You will thrive. In spite of conditions, you'll succeed. Dry spells are also true tests of faith and courage. Expect nothing less than what is in your most precious dreams, and watch miracles manifest. All right. How the masculine sees the twin flame relationship. We've got the Shadow Queen. Acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. Dragonfly. Emergence. Six of Cups. He sees it as moving, as a divine balance in his life. It brings out his inner child and inner peace, and he does have understanding. It is something he needs to emerge into. He also sees the divine feminine as a way to acquire knowledge, as a way to counter insecurity, and as a way to counter manipulation in his life. And at the same time, especially for twin flames that are not as far in this process, you know, they might be getting the manipulation and the insecurity from karmics, from unforgiveness of past relationships in the divine masculine's life. And so that can be projected at the divine feminine. They can see with those shades, if you will. But all the feminine needs to do is not contribute to doubt. How do we see the relationship, divine feminine? As we understand that it is indeed important to have clear intentions about this, and very interesting to be careful what we wish for. We see this relationship as the Ace of Swords. Ace, we see it as a beginning, as an opportunity. Oh, of course. Ten of Cups. Everything in our heart that we've always wanted. We see this relationship as purification. This is the Rain card. And for any masculines watching, can you please kiss your feminine in the rain? Someday, sometime, when divine timing happens. The resting tree, patience, stillness. Wow, that is gorgeous. And a 22. I'm going to read that card right away. The resting tree is a sign for you to stop focusing and planning and be at peace in the moment. This is the representative of non-action and relaxation. Patience is the key. Patience is the key. Moving on. Value the masculine brings. The altar priestess. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Getting manifest, healing, knowing if you are a light worker. Waterfall, effortless. There isn't a strain from the masculine. He knows that that isn't the way to his heart's desire anymore. Four of Wands. And a Knight of Cups. He's going to bring his emotions to you in the proper time. And feminine, we don't want him to do that if, it's not coming naturally. We want our masculine to have freedom in expressing himself when he's ready. Gotta read this card. Four of Wands. 4 is restrictions. There's a balance there. Balance needing to happen. I mean, this is kind of telling me that he's wanting to be prepared for whatever choice he makes. Actually, I'm not going to read this card. Let me smash. Moving on. The value that the feminine brings. The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. So yes, the feminine brings this. And at the same time, masculine needs the balance. Needs the balance. She value and volatility. Volcano. Volatility. So is the feminine volatile? Is there a... I need to look up that word. Is there a value in that? Here we go. King of Swords. And the Page of Cups. Divine Feminine is harvesting emotional well-being. She's learning it. And she still gets tossed up where she just wants to tear herself apart and not being able to deal with it. But it's just a matter of patience and countering the doubt. Countering the fear. King of Swords. Have you ever noticed the higher you get, the less there is? Less oxygen, less noise, less greenery, fewer distractions, pretty much less of everything. You somehow appear above the collection of shiny things. The height gives one space to commune with all things. Yet somehow appear above the collection of shiny things. The height gives one space to commune with all things. To strip away that which is of little or no importance, and shift the focus on what really needs to thrive in this world of busy, filled-up space and time. Yes, the higher you go, the less there is, but in this lack of things, the true wealth of your divine self will be revealed. Message from the eagle. I received that message. Moving on. The trigger, the challenge for the divine masculine right now. The wheel of fate is turning. This is a major arcana. Wheel of fortune. I'm going to read that. That's an amethyst. The Emperor. Two major arcanas. The Prison Waif. 31. Self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. Uh-oh. The struggle is real for the masculine right now. Dreamtime, creation. That card is freaking wild. For the Aborigines of Australia, the dream time is a place before time and outside of time, in which ancestral spirit beings came to the earth and gave all of life its form. Once the work was done, these spirits remained in the very forms they created, including the animals, hills, stars, and other features of the land, and continue to be present today. The dream time is an individual spiritual template, including songs and stories that have been handed down for at least 60,000 years. Although Aborigines would say that they've existed since the beginning of time, in one such tradition there's a creation story involving the I don't know. This is not resonating. Close your eyes, tune into your breathing, and allow yourself to sink deeply into the heart of the living creation that you are. As you notice your breath becoming steady and slightly deeper than usual, observe the urge within you that is begging to come forth in some creative action. Pay attention to any images, sounds, or feelings that beckon your awareness. And there you will find the key as to the manner in which to express this magnificent pulse. Your breath is the crossover between spirit and physical reality. Breathing comfortably and steadily helps you align yourself with spirit, which then brings a clear focus on what creative expression is preparing to be birthed through and from you. Discard any habitual thought patterns that would prevent the manifestation of what you are being prompted to bring forth. Allow yourself to take risks with this self-expression, and all of creation will smile upon you. Habitual thought patterns. Divine Masculine has habitual thought patterns that trigger him.